everybody, my name is Miguel. Welcome back to Cooking Companions. So I left you guys on a choice here of who I wanted to speak with. So I think I'm gonna try. Mariah, I believe, is the other girl. Karen is the redhead, the grumpy redhead, the overly critical redhead. Sometimes with my cooking, but she seemed to like the second one, which was the cabbage stew, Vange's favorite. And starting this episode, the episodes are going to start getting a little bit longer and longer because since this is a visual novel, there's a lot of reading, you know, it's just certain things take time, so that's why episodes got to be longer. And also Vanja requested it, and so I'm going to respect that request of his and do longer episodes for him. I don't know how longer. It just depends on how this plot goes along. Mariah is paging through some of the books on the bookshelf. You walk over to her. There are some great books here. Which one is your favorite? The romantic one, the crafting one. I guess this will also be a path, because I guess I can romance someone. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure how this goes. It's like a cooking sim, but I think Vanger told me it's also like a dating sim type of game. I can build a relationship with someone. I meant to take a drink before recording, but I needed to wet my whistle there. I guess I don't know. Well, if I were to read a book, which would I prefer? Like a crafting book, maybe if I wanted to craft some stuff. I guess I'll pick that one. Oh, me too. Metallurgy is so interesting. I'm curious about what alloy composition our cauldron is. I haven't seen one like that before. Anyway, great choice. You think Mariah will remember that? Our relationship is stronger. Oh. Just by picking that. It was just a total guess. Okay. Didn't know you were so smart. Let's talk again later, okay? You start to blush a little bit. You hear a cheer from the other room. Sounds like the two are wrapping up their meeting. Gregor and Natali come back from their meeting. Gregor is blushing slightly. Hey, can you cook something while we're out? You nod. Thank you. Alright everyone, we have our route now. Let's beat those rain clouds. The group leaves, determined as ever. You have the cabin all to yourself. What's that noise? Sounds like it's coming from the kitchen. Huh? Radio? What's going on with that radio? You didn't even notice it on the ground when you walked in. Did somebody leave this radio here? It looks newer than anybody you've seen before. Seems to be broken. Better hold on to this. I got the strange radio. Before you cook dinner, what should you check out? Inspect the kitchen, check out the bedroom, look around the bathroom, go into the basement. Okay, why is it... I feel like going to the basement is going to lead to, like, a very, like... I don't know. I'll just save my game here, I guess. Go back. Fuck it, let's just get it out of the way. Go into the basement. Second episode, right away. We're going into the basement. Your imagination runs wild, staring at the basement door. Dots. More dots. You try opening and closing the deadbolt, just in case. You mill around until the others return. Mariah's back early today. Hey, the others are still looking for food outside. And Utterly found some more berries, but nothing that will feed all of us. Please don't tell the others. But I'm a little worried about our supplies. I crunched their numbers and we don't have enough food, even with rationing. To last if there's... What is that? Is that a speck on my screen? No, that's a comma. That's a comma on the screen of the game. I thought it was a speck on my screen. Even with rationing, to last if there's a big storm or we get stuck here. Mariah seems disappointed in your inventory management. Can you try cooking with a little less this evening? You nod. Thank you. You've done such a great job with meals so far. You're very sweet. Is Mariah blushing a little bit? Tee. Oh. Oh. Do I get another heart? Our relationship is stronger. Oh. Maybe you could teach me to cook sometime. I nod. Looking forward to it. Hey, you could hold cooking classes here someday. Rudely interrupting a tender moment, the others burst into the cabin. There's Mariah, angry. Or no, not Mariah. Karen, angry. Don't be so down, everyone. We got tons of good berries. Jam is so bland without any sugar. You have any sugar? You shake your head sadly. Yikes. Turn that frown upside down, Karen. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? I'm not smiling for you, Gregor. Eek. You missed out. The sunset was really tremendous on our way back. Hues of orange, red, and even a little purple poking out. Red sky at night, sailors delight. Red sky in morning, sailors take warning. So we can expect a sailor's delight tomorrow? That's awesome! You're such an optimist, big guy. We must have walked a few miles today. Gorgeous sights. You can even see snow on the tips of the mountains. Stop rumbling. That rumble sounded like a dying calf. You look from person to person, trying to determine who it was. It was definitely Mariah. Mariah? I'd recognize that sound from anywhere. Guilty. Mariah looks embarrassed, but the group laughs at her honesty. It's except for you. You search your mind for something to say, but all you can think of is an old riddle. Ahem. Those who have it do not want it. Those who have it least succeed. Those who have it for too long perish. When you feed it, it gets smaller. What am I? Dots. Dust? Try again, big guy. Everyone is pondering the answer. Mariah's face lights up. I got it! Is it hunger? Correct! Yeah, I was going to guess that. So, what's on the menu tonight, chef? Bread and jam. You crush the berries in your small mortar and pestle, spreading it on some crusty bread. Hey? I cooked raspberry jam and I got an achievement. Bare cupboards. I probably should have inspected the kitchen, honestly. The bread's a little tough. Gregor, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. What? But this homemade jam is to die for. Sorry. No, you're right, Gregor. This bread stinks. Mariah? Everybody laughs. You're not sure this could be called a meal, but it got the job done. Everyone thanks you for dinner and heads off to sleep. You go to bed wishing you had more. You have a strange dream. Something is riding on your back, and it's becoming a nuisance. You try to see it in the mirror, but you can't get a good look at it. You try almost everything, but it won't get off. The pain between your shoulder blades is getting worse by the minute. You wander away from the cabin, stumbling by a river to soak your pain in cool water. I also apologize for the music in the background, if this mic happens to be picking up like some slight music in the background. You wander by, let me read that again. You wander away from the cabin, stumbling by a river to soak your pain in cool water. You didn't want things to come to this, but you've exhausted all other options. You swim out to the middle. Rocks on the bottom cut your feet, you slip and fall to your knees. You lean back trying to submerge the thing underneath the waters. But it won't drown. It won't drown. It won't drown. You splash frantically, plunging your head beneath the water. The current takes you downstream. You try swimming to the shore, but it's no use. Water fills your mouth and nostrils. After a minute, you stop struggling against the current. As you gaze up at the sky, you feel it leaving your back, drifting into the sky as you sink to the bottom. As you take your last gasp, you see what was on your back staring into your eyes. You don't even have the air in your lungs to scream. You wake into a cold sweat. Oh! That was okay. It's a dream. Okay, wake up. Sorry. You were making strange noises in your sleep. Oh, what's going on, Gregor? Did the lightning wake you up? It woke me up. Tried to fall back asleep, but it's so loud. Let's just get back to sleep and talk about this in the morning. Everyone nods in agreement and gets back to bed. Dots. Lots of dots. Except for you. You can't fall back to sleep. You still have goosebumps from the nightmare. Oh, Karen's snoring is louder than the sawmill. You find it very loud and very distracting. You don't sleep a wink. Everyone is now up and awake in the cabin. You hear the front door open and quickly slam shut. Natalie sounds petrified. I looked out the door and we're completely surrounded by floodwaters. Looks like sailors take warning as more appropriate for today. That's... Maybe it'll clear up tomorrow? Oh. You can't steal big guy's optimism, Karen. Why the hell not? That's all that's all he has going for him. He's also good at chopping wood, though. Knock it off, you two. Oh, stop. Mariah, do you think it'll clear up tomorrow? I gave it a 27% chance of it clearing up tomorrow. Oh, okay. Based on what? I was bored stiff, so I read a book on local precipitation levels for the last 20 years in the living... Oh, a book that had, like, the levels from the last 27 years of this cabin. Not that she was reading it, that she has been reading that book for 27 years. That's what confused me. Anywho. Sounds like you're stealing a Natalie's thunder. Natalie, you're a book nerd, right? Why didn't you read it? Couldn't make it past the cover. Is that right? Yes. That bookshelf has some great books on artisan crafting and natural sciences. Why let them sit there gathering dust? How did you arrive at 27% chance of it clearing up tomorrow? It's easy. Take the time of year, multiply it by a factor of... Mariah begins to explain meteorology to you. She isn't dumbing any of this down. It's similar to... So the first thing you need to understand, minutes of explanation feel like hours. You look over at Natalie. He's listening intently to Mariah. Ooh. Like, I just imagine him listening, but he has like that gleam in his glasses, just like listening, like in animes, that gleam, or like light effect on the glasses, that reflective effect. So intently he hasn't blinked yet. You can see his eyes drying up. A tear rolls down one of his cheeks. This is brutal to watch. Mariah finally wraps up her lecture. She ends with a bow. Nobody claps. Tough crowd. Mariah, that was awe-inspiring. You lost me a few minutes in, but it's okay. I didn't understand a word of it. Yeah. Natalie turns to you. Anyway, there's no telling how long this will last. We can't leave the cabin until these floodwaters stop. I know our food situation is a little tight, but I know you'll make the right decisions. I believe in you. Me too. Mariah? It looks like we'll have enough leftover berries for more bread and raspberry jam. I'll pass on the jam. Just give me more crusty bread. Everyone laughs. Except for you. With everyone stranded in the cabin, you need to keep everyone fed and happy. You sneak out to the kitchen while everyone's still talking. You get out some crusty bread and get to work on making some more jam. With the kitchen to yourself, you decide to check on the chompettes.
Hello!
Ooh, the chompettes.
Hello! Don't worry, as later the chompettes, I'll make sure none of the humans know about us.
Onion!
That's a big guy. That big guy would try eating me like an apple. So definitely don't tell him about us. Ha ha! Are your plans going awry?
You get it. Rye. It's a type of bread. Whoa, okay.
Got another cornbread classic for you. Did you hear about the bread maker's bakery burning down? No? Her business is now toast.
I don't like that voice.
That one's been done to death. Do you know how raspberry milk were introduced?
You tell her no.
Raspberry!
Raspberry milkshake.
You let out an audible groan. Did cornbread teach you that one?
Nope, wasted an entire day thinking about that terrible pun.
Potato.
It was well worth the time and effort, Raspberry. Maybe you'll win the annual Chompet Comedy Competition this year.
Raspberry!
Of course.
Onion.
No, well, I'm here. I won't choke on stage this year.
Isn't that every year, Brad? That's the voice I'm gonna give Potato.
We still talk about that closing line, Brad. You're going to do great this year. Anyways, don't even think of eating us if you're hungry. Chompettes stick together through thick and thin. Rain or shine. Feast and famine. Potato, I swear to God, repeat the line or we're locking you up again.
Life or death.
That's right! Chompettes, move out!
Alright, well, they didn't teach me a new recipe. The Chompettes somehow managed to close the jar on themselves. You bring the crusty bread and jam to the living room. Karen interrupts as you bring in the food. Took you long enough. Karen looks at the 2 slices of bread left and the mason jar of raspberry jam. There's mold on these last 2 slices of bread. Karen is right. What the hell is the matter with you? You grip the knife tightly in your hand. You think this is enough for 5 of us? Wait. We can't throw this bread away. It's all we have left. Gregor's right. And Natalie, will mold spores give us food poisoning? I'm, no scientist. Sorry. Let's pick off as much mold as we can. We can't leave with the floodwater, so this will have to last us another day. Everyone grimly nods, ripping apart their piece like a pack of wolves. Oh dear. Gregor seems to unhinge his jaw and eat it in one bite. He looks like a duck eating bread. Thanks again. Bread and jam isn't much of a meal, but it's more than we had when we left Ukraine. Plenty of rainwater outside, so at least we won't die of dehydration. But until this storm is over, nobody should leave the cabin. It should clear up if we just give it a chance. Natalie, where are you getting that information from? One of the books on the bookshelf about the climate here. Huh? You're literate, so that definitely is a lie. I've seen him reading. Little guy's been studying. I'm serious. He pretends to read those books because he wants us to think that he's smart. But I can tell he's just staring at the page faking it. What do you think? Oh, okay. You gotta leave me this choice, huh? She's just being grumpy, but Natalie can read. I saw it with my own eyes. You must be going blind then. Thanks. I don't know why Karen will make something up like that about me. You aren't fooling anyone, Natalie. Karen has stormed off. Thanks for backing me up. My relationship with Karen would have been stronger if I had taken her side, but I mean, she's the grump. It's just, yeah, good to have someone so positive around. Natalie looks relieved. You think he'll remember that? I guess let's call it a day? Yeah, sure. Everyone shuffles off to their sleeping areas. 10 minutes later. Hey. Karen likes to find somebody's weakness and use it against them when she's frustrated. Just wanted to thank you for backing me up earlier. You're very sweet to do that. Natalie looks at you with a look of admiration. See you tomorrow. Natalie looks like he's blushing as he walks away. What? You're definitely sure Natalie will remember that. Okay. Right. I just want to make it clear, I'm not against it, but I don't roll that way. You get ready for bed and put a blanket on. You go to bed very hungry. Oh, day 4. Yes, there it is. How long have I been recording? Yeah, I said I was going to do longer episodes, so I'm just keeping track so I don't go for too long, but I want it to be long enough. You don't dream the entire night, but you sleep through everyone waking up. And that's how fast a deer could run if startled. Whoa, incredible. Impressive. I wish we had a deer here. With the food getting lower, let's just skip today's meal. No. It's only for one day. Various cultures and religions have practiced fasting throughout history. That doesn't make us feel any better, Natalie. What options do we have? Our food wasn't rationed properly. Natalie leaves, mumbling to himself. So passive-aggressive of him. Everyone goes to a separate area. Karen in the bedroom, Gregor in the living room, Mariah in the kitchen, and Natalie in the bathroom. Who do you want to speak to? I guess I could try speaking with Karen. Let's do it. She looks like she's just slicing away a block of wood. Okay. Yeah. Hey. Can I let you in on a secret? I've actually enjoyed your cooking so far. You gotta expect me to be rude and mean, so I have to keep that reputation up, right? Can't have anyone thinking I'm soft. You're not sure where this is coming from. Promise me you'll give me some cooking lessons soon. Okay? She's not ready yet, but you nodded politely. Thank you. You're definitely sure Karen will remember that. I would give her cooking lessons. Your relationship is stronger. Soon your journey to the dark side will be completed. You leave Karen by herself. That was it? Do I get to it? Everyone looks pretty down this evening. Well, wish the rain would just stop. You're all doing great. We must be almost to the end of this nightmare. I'm so hungry. Me too. You are too. You wish everyone a good night and get ready for bed. Oh, you go to bed with a growling stomach. You have a strange dream. Oh boy, a boy is yelling at you in the kitchen. You keep telling him to lie down on the tray, but he keeps shaking his head, calling you names. So you do it. You lie down on the tray and make your body as flat as a board. You show him how it's done. His anger turns to courage, and he pushes you into the oven. And the stench of burning hair fills your lungs as you see him sneering back at you. You wake in a cold sweat. Oh my god. Stop with that. This is supposed to be a cute game. Then again, I was already aware, because Vanja already told me that this game is kind of like, it's basically like Doki Doki. It's not made by the same person. I don't think so. But it gives off the vibe like it. Everyone seems to be sleeping in later than normal. Their stomachs must have kept them awake all night. The rain is still pouring outside. You can barely make out the trees from the windows. You hear a stirring of blankets, arms, and legs. Mariah looks petrified. I couldn't sleep. Anatoly has bags under his eyes. The storm is too loud. Karen looks out of it. Cabin was creaking so much last night. It sounded alive. Gregor looks a little gone. I got a good look out the window. Okay. And? Couldn't see anything due to the rain. Great observation, Gregor. I was so hungry last night. I kept pacing around my bed. Karen turns to you. When is this going to end? I checked outside the door again. Floodwaters keep rising. Unfortunately, we're going to need to stay put unless one of us wants to drown in the rainwater. As soon as the weather lets up, we'll be able to scavenge for supplies. How close is the nearest town? I don't know. Didn't you have a map on you? I think I dropped it while we were running after Gregor. I'm sure it'll show up eventually. Mariah and Natalie go white as a sheet. How are we going to find our way back now? Well, have to ride out the storm. Mariah looks at you. We're down to our last slice of bread. I don't know how much longer we could put off eating. The group stares at you. It will clear up in no time. Maybe you're right. The group looks worried. They all gravitate to an area. You can tell Gregor's putting on fake optimism and Mariah's having trouble. Which one do you want to speak with today? Well, Gregor's got that optimism going for him, so I mean, it's fake, but, you know, I know deep down he's really hungry and he's upset what's going on. But he knows how to handle it. I'm pretty sure he knows I'm pretty sure he can handle it. So I'm gonna speak with Mariah, who's more scared. It's cold as hell over here. I'm surprised Gregor isn't freezing to death at night. How does he do it? You explained to Mariah how the size of a person and fat content determine how warm they are naturally. Gah. Wish I was as big as Gregor. But to be honest, I don't need to be that tall to make a difference in the world. Do you know what he wanted to do for a career? Mariah does her best Gregor impression. Spit firewood and gaze at the stars. How boring is that? Depends on the person, but pretty boring. You're so funny. Thanks for coming in and chatting with me. Mariah blushes a little. You make it easier to pass the time. Thank you. Pretty sure Mariah will remember that. And his heart grew another 3 inches bigger. You thank her and leave the bedroom. You call everyone together. They all look grim. You could cut the tension in the room with a knife. Everyone is staring at you. They're expecting the last piece of bread for dinner. You bring it out. Everyone cannot take their eyes off it. You instruct everyone to take a pinch, and slowly all 5 of you tear it apart like a wishbone. Everyone studies their piece of bread carefully, wondering how long it will last. Karen is the first to eat hers. She chews each bite a few hundred times before swallowing. Anatoly chews it cautiously, opening his mouth once he finishes each bite. Mariah nibbles on it silently, eyes wide, moving from person to person. And Gregor just pops it in his mouth like a cherry. It was gone in an instant. The group thanks you awkwardly. It's not much, but you've run out of options. You wish everyone a good night and get ready for bed. You go to bed starving. Good morning. Morning. Let me check if the rain has stopped. It's still flooding. Jesus, how long? It's been raining for like... We're on day 5 now. I think it was been raining since day 2. So it's been 3 days? 2 to 3 days it's been raining nonstop. What are we gonna do? Humans can live about 2-3 weeks without food. Water isn't a concern. Rainfall should end in a day or 2, right? Actually, precipitation can occur more than 215 days a year here? But do you really think it'll rain that long? Natalie, it's been days already. What makes you think it'll stop soon? Relax, everyone. Let's see how long we can ride this out. Fingers crossed it's done by tomorrow. They have no hope of that. Panic is slowly creeping in. Everyone's looking scared. But you need to survive. Karen and Gregor begin to discuss next options. Do you want to speak with Mariah in the kitchen? Or Natalie in the living room? Think instead about everything you've done wrong and how you've doomed... Hold on. I'll go back to choosing one of these. I want to see what this means. Could you have rationed the supplies better? You crunched the numbers one more time. You could have reduced the amount of vegetables used in the stew, but it was their first day. You had to impress them. Was there anything you could have done differently? Probably not. Mariah, Natalie, Gregor, Karen, you wonder if they were upset with you? Gregor calls the group over for a meeting. I don't think any of us can take this much longer. Gregor's voice starts to crack. I don't want to ask this, but it's time. One of us needs to go outside and search for food. Everyone is silent. I'll go. Mariah? I used to swim all the time near my house, so I probably have the best chance of swimming through the floodwaters. No! Let me go instead. You won't get very far if anything happens to your glasses, Natalie. You're blind as a mole rat, remember? That's true, but... Little guy, let me go. Gregor, Sounds good to me. Karen? His arms are definitely the longest, so he'd probably be the best at climbing trees out of all of us. No, that wouldn't be right. Gregor, let me go instead. I get that none of these options are good ones, but we need to find food or help. Gregor grabs a branch from the woodpile. He cuts it into different measurements. Since we can't come to a consensus, let's draw for it. We'll each pick one from my hand, and the shortest will go outside to search for food. You're not worried about drawing. You saw Gregor cut the branch lengths, so you can tell which is the biggest of the bunch. You pick it. You watch the others silently. Will it be Gregor, Anatoly, Karen? Will it be... Looks like I've got the shortest. Mariah. It's okay. I watched Anatoly forage earlier, so I'll know what to look out for. Oh, you're so kawaii. Just swim until you find higher ground, then scout the area. Maybe you'll find a fish out there. Everyone looks heartbroken. Karen, Anatoly, and Gregor, I'll keep us alive. I promise. She promised. Everyone watches as Mariah leaves the cabin. The silence is deafening. Goodbye. The door shuts behind her. You can faintly hear her yell about how cold the water is. And then silence. I'm sure we'll see her again. The rest of the group nods. Everyone stays up, waiting and waiting. The sun has completely set. One by one, each person quietly shuffles off to bed. You get ready for bed and easily pass out. You have a strange dream. The two women in front of you could be twins. Oh, for fuck's sakes. One of them recognizes you, the other is a guest. You ask the guest to sit on a shovel, and then you try pushing it into the oven. Her legs are so strong, you can't get her into the oven. You curse at her repeatedly. Like this, you hiss. You stretch out your legs until your toes are almost sticking in the coals. You feel 4 hands on your shoulders, and both of them push you in. The familiar smell of smoke and burning hair cause you to throw up on the embers. You can't let it end like this. You rip the metal door off the oven, tearing through the wood logs of the cabin. Screaming, you chase the two through the woods. Your burns chill with the wind. The guest looks behind her and her eyes widen when she sees you. She's terrified. Your fury rips trees out by their roots, soil from the ground, rocks from their pits. You've never been this angry in your entire life. Their stamina can't last forever. You're gaining on them. As you trample through the field of wheat, the guest throws a piece of cloth behind her. Catch the glint of it in the sun, golden. As if by magic, the earth splits in front of you, creating a chasm of fire below. You fall into the pit, screaming as your eyes begin to sizzle from the heat. Hellfire fills your lungs. You're unable to scream anymore. You wake in a cold sweat. Oh my god, fuck off. Again! Just when I think I'm just ready for it, and then it's just there. It's just I appreciate the game for not having like a screaming jump effect, like jump scare effect. Oh. Okay. Good morning. Do you think she made it to higher ground? I believe in Mariah. Me too. She'll be fine. Right, little guy? So what do we do now? Just wait? Karen, how long? It's been almost a day. Excuse me. It's been almost a day since she left. Natalie and Gregor look nervous. Someone needs to go look for her. We need to wait, Karen. Wait for what? The nearest town is miles and miles away. Waiting is all we can do for now. So it could be days before she gets back? What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to eat, mice? Karen, I'm sure Natalie will agree, but we'll discuss next options when we get to it. Every waking thought is about food now. I never should have eaten that much. I'm... Karen's hands are involuntarily shaking. Gregor and Natalie just nod in agreement. They don't even need her to elaborate. You're sure Mariah will make it back? She promised. Everyone retreats to their areas. What do you want to do today? I guess talk with Karen. Let's, save. Hey, you don't have to lie to me. I know Mariah's not coming back. I don't know where she came up with her being the best swimmer. I guess the only one that would know would be Natalie. Last summer, Natalie would watch her swim from the shore. He could have been a lifeguard, such a good swimmer. She never went under, but if she did, he would have pulled her out easily. Why would she lie about something like that? Karen seems deep in thought. Maybe it's better to leave her alone. He closed the door softly. Well, I just wanted to comfort her, but I can't stop thinking about that vegetable stew. I'd be fine with the bread and jam. I'd be fine with just the strawberries. Nobody else laughs. I would kill for some vegetables right about now. Uh-oh. You would too. I'm going to try to get some sleep. Good night. Night. You fall asleep quickly, but you only dream about a desecrating a corpse. You wake in a cold sweat in a completely different room. It's day 8. Good morning. Karen's looking worse. Will you cook for the group today? I have no other option. You take out a cutlet of meat and begin to cook it in the oven. I cooked the meat, but it's very tiny text. I have a bad feeling about this. Where did you get that? You ignore Karen's question. What's that smell? Gregor finally gets off the couch. Where did you... The three are looking at you, salivating. You take the charred meat out of the oven, cutting into small cutlets. They immediately grab some off the plate, chewing ferociously. You take a piece and immediately devour it. Do you have any more of this? You explain how the meat is stored securely hidden, so you can ration better this time. I understand. Thank you. Is this a dream? And Natalie runs to the bathroom, puking in the toilet. You can hear him sobbing for a few minutes. This taste is... Gregor wanders off. Natalie returns looking choked up. I was too weak. Left you some of the meat. Don't fight this, Natalie. Natalie takes a cutlet from the plate, turning his back to the group as he devours it. You can hear him crying. Finally, my focus is coming back. I'm going to read some of those books. Keep them occupied, okay? Karen leaves you with the men. Who do you want to talk to? I guess talk with Gregor. Oh, the music changed. Hey, thanks for cooking the meat earlier. I was nearly passing out from the hunger pains. Even if I'm a meat and potatoes kind of guy, I appreciate the vegetarian dishes you made earlier. You really respected Mariah's boundaries. Thank you. Why are you blushing? Gregor is more dense than you gave him credit for. Heh. If there's extras, slip me some extra meat. Okay? Gregor will remember that. Why are you blushing? I don't want my... God damn it. Going to see how Natalie is doing. Later. You have the bedroom all to yourself. Where do you want to check first? Underneath the floorboard, under the beds, inside the nightstand, inside the birdcage. Well, I can see by the picture there's nothing in the... Let's check underneath the floorboard. You notice a bone sticking out. Is it a human bone? Nope, chicken bone. Gross. Under the beds. You look under both the beds. Just some dust and hair. Gross. Inside the nightstand. Oh! Onion?
That'd be a crybaby, that's just me.
Onion!
Onion!
Boy!
Was just playing with some of the toys in his drawer. You're far too old to be playing with any of the.
Oh my god. You're never too old for toys.
Anyways, need to attend a secret chompette meeting. Smell you later.
Onion bounces out of the bedroom. The drawer has various children's toys in it. What's this? Oh. June 26, 1862. Another body of a child has been discovered within the city of Zakopane. Zakopane? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. They mentioned Ukraine earlier, so maybe this is like a Ukrainian city or something. I don't know. With the remains stuffed into a barrel full of potatoes. The cause of death was identical to earlier victims, with significant blood loss due to multiple stab wounds to the stomach. This marks the fourth victim by the butcher of Zakopane in less than a month. You take the bloody newspaper with you. Okay. Hours passed. The meal gave everyone the perseverance to keep going. Eating it will just make them hungrier. They're fine now, but soon they'll be begging for more. Where did I get the meat from, though? We've waited long enough. What's for dinner? You calmly explain that you want to ration the meat better this time and there will be no dinner. Fine. I understand. I guess I'd rather eat tomorrow than more today. No arguments. Perfect. Everyone decides to call it an early night. Fall asleep instantly tonight. But where did that come? What? You have a strange dream. Oh my god. How am I doing on time? I think I'll save this dream for next episode. So page 2. There we go. We're gonna read that dream in the next video. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video and the longer episodes, I hope you guys are appreciating the longer episodes, especially Andrew. I know he's gonna like it. Yeah. If you guys like the video, give this video a thumbs up. It'll help me a lot, and I'll greatly appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel and you're liking the video and you're liking the other content that's being put up on my channel, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos, and hit the bell icon to get notified when they go live. And thanks again so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone.